Hi everyone, welcome to Module 3, our largest module in the quarter, and it's going to focus on our professional portfolio, which honestly, everything we've done until now has kind of got us to this point. Between creating our CV or resume, making a cover letter, all of those things are going to be helpful in creating our professional portfolio now. So, in terms of our overview, and we have so many amazing things within this module that I really implore you to look through all the resources because they're going to be so helpful in creating your portfolio. So this week, in week 5, I really implore you to just look through the resources in the module because they'll really help set you up for what's expected in this portfolio for this course. What are we using? How do you use Google Sites? And it'll help you set up for week 6, where I suggest you make a either a Google Doc actually or a Word document that's separate from Google Sites, where you're going to put all of your drafts for your portfolio. And you could start to map out, what am I going to put in this portfolio? And include your reflective statements and what you might want to use as your evidence and what sheets you might want to use, like what pages are going to be your portfolio pages. It'll just make it easier when you finally move everything over to Google Sites if you know exactly what you're planning to put there. By Sunday of week 6, you have to have a draft of your portfolio posted to the discussion board so that by Sunday of week 7, you can receive feedback from your peers on your portfolio that you could then incorporate for your final portfolio that's due on Sunday of week 8. If you're taking this course as a 1.5 credit course, you will then submit your LinkedIn profile during Sunday of week 9. So let's get into the nitty-gritty of this module and what's in here. So your first folder is your professional portfolio folder. And there's so many good resources here. The first resource will take you straight to Google Sites, which is where we're going to be creating our e-portfolios. For this, you're going to use any email address you'd like. It could be your personal, it could be your Drexel. You can use an existing email address for Google Sites. You just need to give it permission to allow you to use it. You could create a Google account through Drexel if you'd like. Just make sure that whatever email address you use for your Google Sites profile, you're okay with giving us, and I'll get to that. We're going to end up putting all of our email addresses in a wiki for Sunday of week 5. Here are a few sample professional portfolios to give you an idea of what you can do with your portfolio. You can get really creative, and there are so many ideas. They're truly endless. This is a really good video that goes through the guidelines and the rubric and exactly what's needed in your professional portfolio, as well as a video on building your portfolio and how exactly to do that in Google Sites. And then there's directions on how you can share your portfolio. There are 2 different options, and you'll see that there's a video here as well. So you could read through the directions or watch the video or do both. And part of why I'm going to ask you to place your email address on a wiki, which you will see when we get back into the module, is because whatever email address you decide to do, when you save your portfolio, it's going to ask you if you want to make it public or if you want to make it private. And it doesn't matter which one you do, you just have to make sure that we're able to see it. So if you make it public, you'll be able to share your link with anyone, and we'll all be able to view your Google Sites profile so that we're able to give you feedback and I'm able to grade. If you make it private, then you're going to need to add each of our individual email addresses so that we're able to see your Google profile, which is totally fine and not hard to do. We're just giving you the option of doing that so that if anyone wants to make it private, they can, and it allows you to share it with the class. And just remember, if you do choose to do this and share this with potential employers, you'll have to, if it's private, you're going to have to add their email address in order for them to see it. And then this is an optional video on how to set up a Google Sites profile. So let's get back to the folder. There are also, if you're taking this as a 1.5 credit class, there is really good resources for how to create a LinkedIn profile, as well as some examples in here as well, which you'll submit by Sunday of week 9. And then here's the link that you're going to post your wiki email addresses to by Sunday of week 5. Please use the email address that you're going to use for your Google profile so that if anyone chooses to make it private, which is completely your choice, they have the option to, and they could easily add all of us for access. I know there's so much information within the module, and honestly, I would implore you to look at all the videos within the module, especially for the portfolio, so that you're able to see exactly how to build a portfolio. There's so many good videos and resources here. But let's just recap a little bit exactly what your assignments are. So by Sunday, week 5, you'll hopefully look through all the module resources to know exactly what you're supposed to do for this module and for your professional portfolio. You'll also post your email address to the email address wiki over here. By Sunday of week 6, you will post the link to your wiki to the discussion board forum. If you choose to make it private, you will also have added all of our email addresses that you see in the wiki that to your profile. By Sunday of week 7, you will provide both constructive and positive feedback to your peers on their on their professional portfolios, so that they are able to incorporate it into their professional portfolio, which you all will submit by Sunday of week 8. If you are taking this course as a 1.5 credit course, then by Sunday of week 9, you will submit your LinkedIn profile. And I implore you all, if you are not taking it as a 1.5 credit course, to also create a LinkedIn profile, but you don't need to do it for this course. But anyway, this is a big module. There's a lot of exciting information in it, but it's also a really fun module and you can get really creative. So if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out. Please look at all the module resources because they're definitely really helpful. And I hope you have so much fun creating your portfolios. I know I did. So anyway, I hope you have an amazing week and reach out with any questions.